What's up guys, welcome back to yet another video. So in this video, we'll be taking a look at what all changes OnePlus have done between OxygenOS 12.1 with that of ColorOS 12.1. And remember one thing guys, this video is only for OnePlus devices. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. So here I have two phones towards the left hand side. This is our OnePlus 10 Pro and towards the right hand side, that's OnePlus 9. On OnePlus 9 we have installed ColorOS 12.1 which was recently released. So here you can see both the devices. Towards the left hand side that's OnePlus 10 Pro running OxygenOS 12.1 and towards the right hand side that's OnePlus 9 which is running ColorOS 12.1. Basically there are not major noticeable changes, but there are few changes which you guys should know about. And before starting the video, let's keep a like target of 500 likes on this video. We still have 82% of users who haven't subscribed to our channel. So if you find our videos helpful to you, do consider subscribing and also press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video. First let's talk about some of the UI changes. So basically both the OS comes with same launcher. As you can see, we have similar launcher on OxygenOS 12.1 and ColorOS 12 because OnePlus is using the same code base of ColorOS. So not much of difference here. But there are few minor differences. For example, you can take a look at the quick setting tiles. Here we have a complete different quick setting tiles on ColorOS 12.1 and OxygenOS 12.1. We do get additional options like media output and my devices, but on OxygenOS 12 we need to trigger volume button to access media output devices. Slightly useful having everything in the quick setting panel itself on ColorOS. So one of the major thing what OnePlus audience is liking on ColorOS 12 is the OnePlus Talk Dialer. On devices running OxygenOS, we do get this Google Dialer pre-installed, but on ColorOS 12 or 12.1, by default we get OnePlus Talk Dialer. And even I personally feel OnePlus Talk Dialer is way better than Google's Dialer. On ColorOS 12.1, we do have difference in the settings page itself. Here you can see we have colored icons in the settings page, but that's not the case on OxygenOS 12.1. And another change what you guys gonna see is in the recents page. First of all, ColorOS comes with few additional options. For example, let's open up split screen mode here on ColorOS, and I'll just open the second application. For example, let's take calculator. In the split screen itself, you'll notice a difference. On ColorOS 12.1, you need to scroll down to access the entire dial pad, but on OxygenOS 12.1, you'll have the entire number pad in the same screen itself. On ColorOS 12, we do get this slide bar using which you can just slide any of the application and open that application in the floating windows. And if you tap in the center of these split screens, we do get an option here which says swap sides, but here we just get to see the icons, or you can say symbols, to swap the application. And another difference is, like for example, you hold these applications from the center and swipe down. On ColorOS 12 we just get to see the icons, but on OxygenOS 12.1 you can see the entire screen or that specific application. And another good thing on ColorOS 12.1, you can directly use this slide bar to open applications in the floating windows. Later you can resize the application as per your requirement or move around on the screen. We do get better Monet support on ColorOS 12.1. Monet support have still not been added on OxygenOS 12 or 12.1. So if you go inside the personalization section, here you have an option called colors, and the same option is present on both the devices, but here you can see it says wallpaper color picking. So depending on the wallpaper, this changes the theme of the device including accent color. So for example, if you have seen the wallpaper, it's in bluish color, and soon I switch to a different wallpaper. For example, let's take this wallpaper. Once you change the wallpaper, you can see the accents color have been changed and applied on the entire system view. Here we have some default colors present on OxygenOS 12.1. Later if you want to customize the colors, we do have that option too. But after the update of OxygenOS 12, most of the Google apps have started to adapt the theme based on wallpaper. So here you can see bit of orangish color. I'll just change the wallpaper and show you guys. So we'll apply this wallpaper, and now if you open up the applications, I mean to say Google applications, you can see the colors have been changed now. Sometimes it doesn't appear. Soon you change the wallpaper, you need to close the application, and now if you open the application, here you can see device have adapted to the bluish color. It's not that helpful, but yes, now Google applications have started to adopt this material use stuff on OxygenOS 12 too. So now let's talk about haptics. Personally, I always felt haptic feedback is way better on ColorOS 12 and it's more improved on ColorOS 12.1. Also, whenever you slide this slider or even if you slide the volume bar, you get that haptic feedback while scrolling. But that's not the case on OxygenOS 12 or you can say 12.1. So with no doubt here ColorOS 12 have better haptic feedback. On the table we have exceptions like OnePlus 10 Pro comes with that haptic feature and that completely changes the haptic experience on my OnePlus 10 Pro. And now let me show you an example of that. I'm not sure whether you guys were able to hear, but haptic seems to be better on ColorOS 12 and as said OnePlus 10 Pro is an exception. When it comes to gaming, I personally feel OxygenOS 12.1 does a good job. Though still on ColorOS 12.1 and OxygenOS 12.1, we don't get the support of 90 FPS. Gaming experience have improved a lot on ColorOS 12.1 and OxygenOS 12.1. And Hyperboost feature is a system implementation. We don't have a dedicated setting for that, and also OnePlus Nord users have got the same feature with OxygenOS 12. So we are expecting that Hyperboost technology would be added in other smartphones which will have OxygenOS 12.1. On ColorOS, we do have many bloatwares or you can say Chinese applications pre-installed, but few of them can be easily uninstalled, and we have also made a video for those applications which can't be uninstalled or disabled. The stability and refinements are way better on ColorOS 12 if you compare it with OxygenOS 12.1. Along with that, app animation and app closing animations are better on ColorOS 12. One drawback of ColorOS 12.1 or you can say ColorOS, we do have limited language options. Dark theme seems to be better on ColorOS 12 if you compare with OxygenOS 12.1. Though it's not a huge change, but noticeable change can be seen in dark mode between ColorOS 12.1 and OxygenOS 12.1. Also on ColorOS 12.1 now we get more support of themes compared to OxygenOS 12.1. And at last, one drawback of ColorOS 12.1 or 12 if you're using it on your supported OnePlus smartphones, and that's related to Google applications. Most of the Google applications do not get notification pop-up on ColorOS 12.1. That is the only one drawback of ColorOS right now if you install it on global units. So guys, these were some of the changes between ColorOS 12.1 and OxygenOS 12.1. I know most of the things are similar, but few system implementations are there. For example, Hyperboost feature. So guys, this was a quick look of UI changes and features between ColorOS 12.1 and OxygenOS 12.1. If you still have any kind of questions, let me know in the comment section below. This is your friend Ashok signing out. See you guys in the next video.